whether it's Ghibli style or Disney Pixar style, whether it's sketching or painting. Today, AI can create all kinds of art. Within just a few seconds, AI can create songs using DHRUV's voice, can write screenplays for films, can write dialogues for films. In such a situation, the question arises, is AI the end of artists? Is there any place left for human creativity? Bollywood's copycat artists, who have only copied and pasted films and songs, have now become the inferior version of AI. But what about the millions of independent artists? Or why they do? Hello, friends. Many decades ago, Osho called the philosopher DHRUV the most intelligent man of the 20th century. When he died in 1986, he said that such sharpness and intelligence can hardly be found ever again for centuries. If you have never heard of Krishnamurti, then go and buy Osho's statement alone. You can imagine that he would be a philosopher whose way of thinking would be completely different, whose thoughts must have been strikingly original, but your assumption would come crashing down when you hear Krishnamurti repeatedly talking about the conditioning of the mind. Our brains are conditioned. Whatever is conditioned is limited. Our minds have been conditioned since childhood. Our thoughts are not ours, and that's why Krishnamurti showed the means for liberation. Our non-judgmental observation. This thought raises a very important question. Can there be any totally original ideas? Famous American writer Mark Twain had said it very clearly, that no idea is new. There is no such thing as a new idea. In his opinion, most of the human innovations, the new things that we think of, are always made up of older, existing ideas, their permutations and combinations. He compared this creative process to a mental kaleidoscope. You know a kaleidoscope, right? A device like this. In it, you can seek colorful patterns because of the beads. He said that the creative process is a mental kaleidoscope, where the old ideas are like the old colorful beads, which can be shaken to make new and curious combinations. Today, many people downplay the technology of artificial intelligence by saying that AI can think originally. But according to Krishnamurti and Mark Twain, the question arises, can humans think original? Those of you who have no idea about AI, let me tell you how the AI technology works fundamentally. A large amount of data is fed into it. Like ChatGPT was fed numerous books, research papers, and as much knowledge as available on the internet. Everything was fed in the form of data, and AI analyzes and processes the data and learns from it, recognizing different patterns, learning human languages, and learning different art styles. And then, when you ask AI, it imitates this knowledge. It gives you the answer. For example, if Rabindranath Tagore's poems are fed into AI, it assesses Tagore's style, which words are used, what are the patterns, what kind of language is being used. And the next time you ask AI through a prompt to write a poem in Rabindranath Tagore style, on Hair 4, within a few seconds, AI will generate a poem for you. The same thing can be done with all the poets in the world. Robert Frost, William Shakespeare, and William Blake, but not only poems. AI can even make art for you. The Ghibli trend has been so popular over the last few months. Using ChatGPT and Grok, you must have already generated your photos in Ghibli style, or you must have at least seen it on social media. Such images. How is AI able to do this? Using the same process, Studio Ghibli's films were fed as input into AI as data.
That's not even a fraction of the amount of the data fed into AI. On top of that, in terms of the speed of work, humans cannot match AI. Within a few seconds of giving the prompt, you will get an entire song. That's why such copycat artists are now the inferior version of AI. And because of this, AI has become a useful tool in many day-to-day tasks, especially the monotonous and repetitive tasks. If you want to learn more about this, then come and join my AI Masterclass, a 3-hour workshop where I teach you to use more than 25 AI tools live. Here, you'll learn how to use AI to generate hyper-realistic photos and videos, using AI to build websites, using AI to make presentations, using AI to do research. You will be taught about many new things in a short amount of time. This is the fastest and most affordable way to upskill yourself in AI. It costs as much as 2 movie tickets. If you are interested, you can find the link in the description below. You can go join it quickly because it is available only for a limited time. Now, let's get back to the topic. Look, I'm not saying that it's wrong to take inspiration from other films and art. I'm not criticizing it, but if someone is copying things without thinking, without giving it any original thought, it becomes wrong. But a problem 10 times bigger than this is the formula films of the film factories. The mainstream Masala, Tamil or Telugu films. It feels like all of them are made by the same director. Not only are the stories and characters the same, but there is now a template for images and camera angles too. The way the hero will enter, the sound effects for the villain's entry. If someone is injured and has to be taken to the hospital, the ambulance arrives in the exact same way. The patient is taken through the hospital corridor on a stretcher. These hackneyed images have been shown on screen so many times that it has become boring. Ekta Kapoor's TV serials are at the topmost level of factory films, where the director just gives directions like a factory's shop floor manager. That's why many of these TV serials that have been on our TVs over the last decade, you wouldn't know the name of the director of any of these TV serials. For a long time, people have been discussing how Bollywood's larger-than-life circuses are failing. But Hollywood isn't faring any better either. There are similar criticisms too, that Hollywood's soul is dead. For the screening the film scripts, there are no creative people in the production houses. They hire MBA grads. They do not want to risk trying anything new. They want to do what has worked before. Once the Mirzapur series was a hit, they kept making shows like Mirzapur. And just like that, there's a flood of crime series. There are so many remixes of older hit songs. Hollywood and Bollywood both are now flooded with sequels and remakes. Even if a sequel has nothing to do with the first part, it is still titled a sequel to the hit film. Greedy film corporations are now competing with McDonald's and KFC in terms of standardizing recipes. It doesn't matter if a McDonald's burger is made by a robot or a human. Similarly, the various tasks that go into making a film. Now it doesn't matter if they're done by a human or AI. If they want to make such factory formula films only, it will be difficult for humans to compete with AI. Earlier, in a film production office, 10 people would look for older superhit Hollywood films, like Buster Keaton's Our Hospitality, so that it can be remade as Maryada Ramana and Son of Sardar. But AI already has the stories and box office figures for thousands of films. The MBA grads who spent days reading 40-page scripts or pitch decks. AI can read through them in a few seconds. Not only that, AI can go one step further than humans. The character arc of the characters in the film, the plot twists, the plot tension, it can optimize those by analyzing the target segments and different parameters. Not only does it work faster, more reliably, but it can work more and give better results. In Hollywood, the writers have already gone on strike because of this, because AI is being used for script writing. There's AI software to make storyboards too. Think about it, if AI analyzed Studio Ghibli's films to make Ghibli-style images, can't it make Bollywood masala-style images too? It definitely can. Studio Ghibli's films showcase next-level creativity. But for these factory films, as I said, all of them look the same.